What do you think of Obama? Actually, I mean, you are hopeful, right?
I voted for him.
Yeah.
You know, I figure, you know, maybe it'd be cool to have a smart president for a change. You know, I mean, the guy's, you know, top of his class at Harvard. Our last president was barely a C student at Yale. Let's give him a shot. Can't be any worse.
What do you want him to change, actually?
I don't, you know, a lot of that is a little much. You know what I mean? Like to expect some kind of fairy tale thing. I mean, I think that's where I'm kind of disconnect with that. My practical thing is like the guy can't be any worse. He seems like a smart guy. Hopefully he's not a crook, and that'll change a lot. Just that alone is a big difference. You know, from the den of thieves and murderers that have been in the government for the last 8 years, just being there will be a change.
You are totally anti-war, I guess, right?
Nah, I think there's a time and a place to hit anybody. You know what I mean? But I mean, you know, I supported my country's action in Afghanistan. You know, I was like, okay, that seems like a reasonable thing. Go get them cats. Mm-hmm. Go get them. Iraq, come on, that was a big sham, you know. That was a land grab and a money grab.
What do you think about the whole financial situation and all the banks going down?
Everybody knew, hey, their boy George Bush's time is up. We better grab all the money before he's gone. That's what it was. Crash the stock market, buy everything cheap. It's a land grab. It's like the Great American. You remember from the Oklahoma land rush, where they said whatever you grab is yours. That's what it was. The rich got richer.
Do you think United States will come down? Is it bound to fall?
No, you talking trash now, man. I'm an American.
Yeah, well.
You know,
Chinese are getting stronger.
We're built on revolution, man. Chinese, every man don't have a gun in his home. They might have a 2 million man army, but everybody in my country got a gun.
Do you support that, actually?
I have many guns.
Yeah?
Yes, sir.
Why?
I'm not John Lennon.
You're going to shoot back?
I'm going to shoot back. You ain't going to catch me.
Well, yeah, at your death threats yourself.
I'll sign your autograph, though.
That's better than my epitaph.
You know what I mean?
You get your share of death threats? Fuck.
No, not really. Not really.
Well, I can name a certain rapper.
That's show business, man. Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was just show business?
It's all show business, man.
I've been listening to your record all day. Naked is also about the Emperor.
Yeah, just about the state of things. Just kind of talking about what's going on.
Yeah, but I mean, who are you talking about? Because the new emperor could also be the new emperor without clothing.
Sit in the throne and you an emperor. I ain't seen him sit in the throne yet. Just because you a president don't make you an emperor. Okay. You know what I mean? Till you try to be an emperor. Right. Look at all the things Mr. Bush did. He defines himself as an emperor. He's the decider. All right. That's an emperor. That's not a president.
You're also working on a new La Coca Nostra record, right?
It's done.
Is it done?
Yeah, it finished in the next couple months.
So you produced and recorded 2 albums last year or the last 4 years?
Yeah, I got another one that's like halfway done.
No way.
Yeah.
A new solo album? Or?
No, it's a different project I can't talk about yet. But
oh, come on.
No, it's in the country world, but not really. Okay. You'll see. It'll come.
Talk a little bit. Elaborate a little more on it. When it's going to be out?
Can't do that. But I got another record halfway done, so there's another one coming. So
why are you so productive now, son? I mean,
I sat around for 4 years. I didn't do nothing. I got my rest.
But probably you came up with songs the last 4 years, right?
Maybe a few, but
maybe 19 or more.
No, more at least. But nah, man. Just sometimes you feel like a nut, sometimes you don't.
Why did you actually take a break for 4 years?
I just didn't. I just kind of took a break and turned around, and 4 years kind of passed. Really, like I didn't realize how much time just went by. I was having fun. You gotta remember, from 1989 when I signed a record deal with Ice-T until 2003, I was working all the time. I never stopped. So when I stopped, it felt good, and all of a sudden 4 years had gone. Technically, it was 3 years because I spent the last year making a record. Mm-hmm. So 3 years I kind of just sat around.
So actually, you didn't stop.
No, I mean, just sat around. Didn't travel, you know, so much. I mean, I was probably always sitting around the house with a guitar. That's just natural, you know. I'm a little bit of an art collector, so I did a little bit of art collecting. And
what do you like?
I collect mostly street artists, like graffiti artists that step up into the gallery world.
What do you think of Banksy?
I have a couple Banksies. I dig on him.
Cool.
Yeah.
Did you see his stuff he did in New York? The whole zoo thing he did?
I didn't see it in person. No. I was. Yeah, I saw it online. But you know, I've seen plenty of his stuff. I walk by it every day.
Which piece do you have?
I have a couple of Rats from way back.
Cool.
You know, so who knew what it was? You know, I got it when it was.
You got it for cheap.
Pretty much. You know, I got good. I'm all right.
Who else do you like?
Futura. Guys like Ron English. I collect a guy in America named Greg Simpkins. I have a ton of Shepard Fairey stuff. Who else? Phil Frost.
Damien Hirst's skull is in the Rijksmuseum in Amsterdam. Did you get a chance to see it? Yeah, did you?
I might have to go check that out tomorrow. I might have to go see that. But,
what do you think about it? What do you think about the concept?
If you got the money, I mean, it's, you know, hey.
What if it was a spoof? What if it wasn't really that expensive?
Then I'd be even a bigger, you know. They're all into that. That's kind of how the Banksy thing is too. Is like, is it, isn't it? Is it, isn't it? So it's kind of part of the game, isn't it? That's something. Like some real like Malcolm McLaren of the art world kind of shit. You know what I mean? You know. Do you ever get the feeling you've been ripped off?
Yeah, you got cheated. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Did you get to see the Sex Pistols actually? They played live a couple of times ago.
I saw them probably a couple months ago at the Roxy in L.A.
What do you think of it?
It was cool. You know.
They get a lot of slack too, right? They get a lot of flack. A lot of people hate their live shows now. I thought it was pretty good too, actually.
I mean, you know, I never saw them back in the day, you know. So, but honestly, I mean, I was never like a huge Sex Pistols fan. I went more for like, okay, the Sex Pistols, they're legendary kind of thing. You know what I mean? They really, when you think about it, what they make, one record.
Yeah.
Right. So it's kind of hard to like, okay, you know, I mean, I want to hear a few songs. Yeah. There's only so many they can play. You
play at Melkweg right now. You're on a European tour. Will you come back for the festivals?
That's the plan. Hopefully, I plan on just touring. You know, coming here and go to the States. Maybe go to Australia, Japan. Come back to the States. Come over here. I plan on moving and shaking for a while. So.
Do you have a lot of contact, or do you have contact with your fans at all?
Yeah, through the blog, they all post whatever. I respond a lot.
You have a lot of old school fans, right? I mean, people that like you from way back and still visit your shows and come around to see you.
I would like to think so. You know, I've been around a long time now. Like 20 years I've been making records. So, I mean, that's kind of the objective, is to, you know, if you can keep people around you that long, you must be doing something right.
Is that important for you?
Just making music's important for me. Honestly, I've never really made music for other people. So the fact that they like it is always, you know, when you're said and done, that's what you want. But like while you're making it, it doesn't really come into the picture. So I really just make music to make music, and I was lucky enough to turn it into a living. You know, there's a lot of people who feel the same way I do about music that can't make a living out of it. So, you know, I try to keep that in perspective.
One more thing, talking about fans and talking about tattoos. I saw this picture of probably a girl with a huge tattoo of you on her arm.
Yeah, I put that on my blog. That was just kind of crazy, right?
Isn't it scary, or what do you think of it?
I wrote that. I said, I don't know if I'm honored or freaked out by this, but...
Did you figure it out yet?
No. I still don't know, so I don't know if I would ever... That's a little extreme, but, you know, it looked pretty good, though.
It was a nice tattoo.
It was a pretty good tattoo. At least they didn't butcher me up too bad.
We'll see about that in 10 years. But hey, thank you very much for this interview. Looking forward to the show. Everybody should get out and download the album via iTunes, because you can buy it in there, right?
iTunes, yeah, iTunes, wherever you can get it.
Is it out on vinyl, actually?
Nah, they wouldn't. It was too tough for me to get it done. I might reissue it through Fat Beats, though. We're talking about it right now, and do a very limited run of vinyl. Wow. So. And
then we're looking forward to your very mysterious country and western guitar thing that you really can't talk about, but everybody wants to know about.
I can't talk about it till the other person's around.
Okay.
It'll be fun.
You're not even going to tell when it's going to get out, right?
Sometime in the next year.
Sometime next year.
Yeah. I mean, La Coca comes out, and then probably, you know, a few months after that, probably.
Did you record it already, actually?
No, it's not done. It's like half done.
Okay.
It's written, but not done, basically.
We'll be waiting for that. Thank you very much, man.
All right, man. Take it easy.